y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am back from my family vacation and I'm so excited to be playing with the new Bard palette from Cosmetica. I am so pumped about this palette. I knew it was waiting for me when I got home, and we are gonna play with this fall color story. Listen, we can wear makeup any time of year. It doesn't have to be dependent on the season, but just looking at this color story, it screams fall. We are gonna swatch this palette. We're gonna create an eye look. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts on it. I'm just very excited. I have the first two palettes from Cosmetica. I absolutely love them. Love them. So I can't wait to try this one. Now, if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup. Now, I do upload lots of new videos every single week, usually 5, 6, sometimes 7 or more videos a week. So if you're looking for new fun makeup content, this right here is the place to be. But I'm very excited to talk about this palette, so let's jump into it. I do have the first two palettes from Cosmetica. You can check out my playlist if you're interested in those, but I really liked both of those. So I have high hopes for this palette. I want to test it. I want to swatch it. I want to put it on my eyes. I want to see if it's that great palette quality that I expect from the brand. This was sent to me. I do have a code with Cosmetica. If you want to save, my code is Heather. I will link this. Everything I talk about will be in the description box, so definitely check there if you're curious. But this is the Bard palette. So Cosmetica is kind of doing like gaming inspired type of makeup palettes. So I'm going to show you a close-up of this palette. It has 4 mattes, 3 duochromes, 1 multi-chrome, and 1 shimmer. I think the packaging is very on theme for the Bard. I immediately thought of the Bard in the Witcher show. I thought it was really cute. And then opening it up, of course you already saw the inside, but so beautiful. I really just want to take a second to point out the way this palette is laid out. I think is really, really nice with the 4 mattes in the corner. Just something about that very, very satisfying to me. Although there aren't like browns or grays in this palette, I still feel like you're going to be able to get subtle looks if you want, or deep, dark, more colorful in your face type of looks. I just think the color selection really, really smart. So I am going to show you swatches on my arm so that you can see how this palette swatches out all together. I always love doing swatches. I love sharing swatches. I think they can be super helpful. And I'm also going to show you some videos I just took on my iPhone. Not as great quality, but sometimes when I can move and manipulate the swatches, it's a little bit easier to see the shifts, in my opinion. Now, I'm very excited to put this on my eyes. I'm excited to be filming, playing with makeup. I want to create a look, again, see if it's that quality that I'm expecting. Something about these shades is calling to me right now. But I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to use my Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Ignite. I always, always, always use an eye primer. I do have oily skin. I do have deep set eyes. I need an eye primer, you know? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to zoom y'all in, and we're just going to create a look with this beautiful color story. Okay, eyes are primed. My eyeshadow base is a bit light, which is going to be great for really, really making these shades pop. What I want to do first is go in with Inspiration, and then we'll play with Stories, the dark kind of burgundy matte shade. Okay, so I'm taking that beautiful green matte, and I'm just going to press it into the crease first, and then I will slowly kind of blend back and forth like this. That is very pigmented and really pretty. Okay, just going to buff this in back and forth like this. This brush is a Game Beauty brush. I will put them in the description box, but I'm just going to just blend back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I'm taking the shade Stories on a Sigma brush. This is an E49. And I'm just pressing this right out here to the outer corner and slowly blending it out. I want these two to meet, but I don't want to kind of muddy them together. I want them to be distinctly their own shades and not just kind of like one blob of brown. So when I get right here where they both meet, I'm going to lightly fade again, just so that we don't get any muddiness or anything. But I'm pressing the pigment down first and then slowly blending back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I'm also grabbing this tiny Game Beauty brush, and I'm putting that shade Stories right there under the lower lash line. Just keeping it close to the lash line, not blending it out too low. Okay, now I'm taking the matte yellow called Performance, and I just want to lightly buff this up top. So right along the edges of these two colors. This is a Sigma E33 brush, and yeah, I just want like a hint of a faded yellow coming up here, barely noticeable. And then for the lower lash line, I'm grabbing this brush. This is from the Sigma Makeup Shayla set. This is the matte orange, and I'm going to put this lower than that Stories shade. So we're going to have it kind of fade down into the orange. So I'm just going on lightly on top of, you know, I already have on concealer and powder under my eye, so it's just going to be this little like fade to orange underneath that I think is going to be really pretty. Okay, for the lid, I want to use the multi-chrome. The shade Lure right here is a green, blue, gold. I think that's what we're going to do on most of the lid. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the shimmer called Mythic. I am first going to put down my KARLA Fix Potion. I just love using this stuff. It's kind of like a glitter glue, a glitter primer, something like that, to really help everything like last well and pop. If you want the most intensity out of a shadow, that's really what I love to use. So I'm going to put that on my lid, and then we'll go in with the multi-chrome and shimmer. Okay, so I've got the shade Lure, and what I'm going to do first is press it on to that primer. I'm using another brush from the Sigma and Makeup Shayla set, and you can see I'm just tapping this on top of that primer, and then I will go back and blend in a minute, but first I want to have this all over the primer. Okay, this is a Sigma Samantha Ravindell brush, and I'm putting the shade Mythic right on this innermost part of the lid. That's pretty. I really like the contrast of these two. Now, I will say with multi-chromes, I think they look the prettiest in person. That's when I feel like I see the most shifts. But they're just, it's just so fun, you know, it's a fun way to add something different to your makeup. Okay, loving my eye look, but for the finishing touch, I'm going to go in with the pink gold Shifty Duochrome. This is the shade Charismatic, and it's going to go right here on my inner corner. This is a Sigma Makeup Shayla brush. Pressing it in like that. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm into it. Y'all, this is basically the finished look. I am going to add lashes and mascara and, oh, so pretty, liner. And then I'll come back and we'll kind of talk about my thoughts on the palette. We used 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 9 shades. I feel like that's pretty good. Super, super, super into this look. But yeah, let me add the lashes, the kind of finishing touches. But oh, I'm excited to see it all come together. Okay, y'all, here is the finished look. I am so into it. I think it is perfect for fall, of course, perfect for any time of year. I just think these tones are so beautiful. I think everything applied so well. The mattes were pigmented, but very easy to blend. They all work together. These shimmer shades, beautiful. I feel like these mattes are really good. Like, they're impressing me, and these shimmers and multichromes, duochromes, shifty shades, whatever, they are that quality that I expect from Fantasy Cosmetica. So I'm very happy with this palette. I'm excited to play with it more. Again, I do always follow up these first impression videos with reviews later on where I give you kind of my reviews on things. So definitely keep your eye out for that video. I have a lot of palettes that I need to come back and kind of review for y'all. That video will hopefully be coming soon. But yeah, really like this color story. I do want to tell you that it is launching on September 29th at 9 a.m. PST or Pacific time, okay? I'll put that in the description box. I did add on some Game Beauty liquid eyeliner in black on my upper lash line. I think these are Kiss Ruffle lashes. I say think because I had set them on my bathroom counter. And so I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're Kiss Ruffle lashes. I have on my Patrick Ta Burgundy eyeliner in the lower waterline, and that's how I completed this eye look. Again, obviously really feeling myself. Let me tell you what I have on the lips. This is Juvia's Place Scorpio lip liner. I have on my NATASHA DENONA lipstick from the My Dream collection. For lip gloss, I have on the NYX. This is a milky gloss. Really, really like this. This is Milk and Honey. And then I'm wearing I'm wearing one size on the rest of my face. I'm wearing one size my bronzer trio. And then the blushes are the two matte blushes from this Disney Fantasia Storybook one size palette. And I used the highlighter from the one size Fantasia collection too. So that's kind of what's on my lips and cheeks. But yeah, I would love to know what you think of the palette, the color story. I feel like it's so pretty for fall. Let me know. Let me know if you've tried Fantasy Cosmetica before, because I'm just really enjoying this new brand. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a super awesome, amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow in a new video. Bye!